Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Planes. This is the Pixar animated film from 2013. It's an hour and 37 minutes long, and it is a spin-off. Definitely a spin-off of Cars, of course. Planes, Cars. It works. And I might have glanced away for a second, but you never know. You might see some cars you recognize in the background. It's not just planes. There are land-based vehicles, there's water-based vehicles, there's all sorts of vehicles in this, all sorts of toys to be sold. Essentially, I mean, this came after John Lasseter's Cars 2, which traveled around the world and saw all different corners of a vehicle-inhabited planet. No humans, all vehicles with human attributes, but yet all of the countries they go to have the exact names, not like carified names like North America or something. It's not like that. It's like in United States of America. That would make sense. Is that, maybe I missed that, but you know, there's no there was no specific carification of the countries and the continents and everything else, because you see maps in this thing. So in Cars 2, you got to go around the world with Mater and on a spy adventure. In this, there's a crop duster, a lowly little crop duster who wishes to fly high, well, far, let's just say, maybe not high, because he's afraid of heights. That's the bit of a twist there. He is played by Dane Cook, comedian Dane Cook, and yeah, you just normally wouldn't have expected him to be in a Disney Pixar film, but there you go. He is the star of this. Also, the sequel, I imagine, I don't know if he's in the sequel, but the character is. So I think they were made pretty close together, released pretty close together at least, way back when. But in this, it's a fairly simple story. Oh, let me finish off my thought with traveling around the world. Yes, that's kind of the thing I really like about it. Even if the story is kind of not super original, and the characters are okay, and the actors, certainly a good stack of well-known actors provide voices through this, both people who are known for voice acting and other more high-profile actors that we've all seen on screens, big and small. It's to me, it's the world. It's the world building. I enjoy the world building. The best thing about Cars 2 and the best thing about Planes is just seeing, even if it's a pun, technically, it's just how they expand upon the little world at Radiator Springs, or in whatever the name of this little town is that that Dusty Crop Hopper lives in. Which again, it's a small town kind of situation. I love seeing how Japan looks, or Bavaria, Germany, like Germany and Iceland and Mexico, just all these different India, yeah, like how are they taking on India? Oh yeah, you saw the tractors grazing in the field in cars, and they would go tractor tipping and stuff like that, flipping them over. Well, guess what? They don't get that kind of abuse in India. They are sacred there. So yeah, it's a lot of play on different cultures and different countries and things like that. But it's for the most parts, it's a pretty standard story of an underdog who is looked down upon, who is treated like he's lesser than because he's just a crop duster. He's not a racing plane. And yes, this is very much a racing story. That's why I can say it's kind of derivative in the sense that, yeah, you have a vehicle, you're going to want to go fast, I guess. That's the whole point of it. I don't think you'd want to necessarily have a Cars story that didn't have racing, or planes, again, a story that didn't have racing. Like, do you really just want to have a bunch of planes just having a conversation about coffee and like, oh, well, I went to work today, I crop dusted. And yes, there's fart jokes. Yeah. Dusty doesn't smell good. Anyway, the story is not going to blow you away. It's not going to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming. It's pretty much what you expect. It's a movie for kids. So yeah, give it a little leeway. If you're expecting to be like wowed by the twists and turns of the story, you're going to be disappointed as an adult. As a child, you may not have seen this, or at least recognize it as a story that's been done to death. Which it's the story itself is not a bad thing. It's just showing that what you're capable of. You are not where you're from, and you're not what people believe you to be at whatever point in life you are. You can become who you choose to be and become greater than what people expect you to be. And that is a good lesson for kids to learn, and adults too. Just to learn new things and expand and try and test your limits and whole new world, that kind of thing. We all know that. Other actors appear in this are Carlos, I'm going to say this wrong, Ella Zakari. No, Ella Zakari. Is it Ella Zariki? Yeah. He plays El Chupacabra. He's the Mexican plane who is a Latin lover, and he's constantly trying to seduce the Canadian plane. Yes, they're all from different countries, so you get to see all different types of things, just types of planes with different accents and different voices from around the world, like Cars 2. Lasseter definitely had a thing for expanding the world, selling this to other markets, and selling toys. Again, I'm going to say that it's not a shameful thing. They're there to make money, and God knows that the Cars toys, like Hot Wheels or Matchbox cars, those toys, they sold a buttload of them. That's an actual form of measurement, but that's not here or there, but they sold a ton of those little things, and yeah, why not make more? To make more money. So you can have a different planes, this little dusty paint job here and there. You can have a different Lightning McQueen paint job over and over and over again, and definitely a different Mater paint job, because he's done so many different styles in all of his shorts. So yes, this is expanding the Cars, planes universe, and we still have another film to go. So yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. But again, don't get your hopes up that it's going to just break your world. It's just a fun, really well animated. It's beautifully animated, especially for me. The landscapes and the different how they take on New York City and all the different parts of the world, India, and just seeing all those different parts of the world in a Cars, planes realm. What is their reality? And by the way, the whole thing with how they say that all the Pixar movies are connected, and there's a precedent set that at some point in Earth's history that the cars and planes machinery became sentient, in a sense, like that's how WALL-E is sort of connected to it. There's a whole conspiracy theory online, one that will not ruin your life or that of your family. It's just a fun little thought experiment, so it's okay to talk about. But the idea that these cars, that's the reason why we have them living on continents on a planet that looks like ours, and they all have language and things that similar to humans. The ship is called the Dwight D. Eisenhower. So I don't know. There's a aircraft carrier that's named essentially on a car pun version of Dwight D. Eisenhower. So is it okay? Maybe it's an alternate reality in the multiverse. I don't know, but still, it's the idea that doesn't come out of nowhere. You don't evolve into something called Dwight D. Eisenhower or North America or Mexico or India. If you don't have those people, not saying the cars and planes aren't people in this world apparently, but still, anyway, doesn't matter. Some of the other actors in this, Stacy Keach plays Skipper. He's the mentor character, just like Paul Newman was to Lightning McQueen in Cars. Brad Garrett is Chug, who is the wacky sidekick, who's like kind of the fuel truck, I guess. He's the Mater without the overly ostentatious characterization. Yes, he's silly, and he's meant to be the comedic sidekick. Yeah. There is Dottie, who is the female car who is not the love interest this time around, unlike my brain has already stopped thinking. The other car in Cars that was Lightning's love interest. She's kind of the mechanic, played by Terry Hatcher, so that's cool. Then there's Rochelle. Rochelle is played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld and now the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Did she marry one of the Jonas brothers? Is that how she got the Jonas? I think she is. I don't know. But Priyanka Chopra, she plays Ishani, the Indian racing plane. John Cleese is the British from Monty Python. Cedric the Entertainer is Lead Bottom. There is so many people in this. Roger Craig Smith is Ripslinger. You might know Roger Craig Smith, even if you don't necessarily know his name. He's all over the place. But he's Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. Not in the new movies, because that's somebody else, but classically Sonic the Hedgehog. Anthony Edwards, Val Kilmer, of course, hey, Top Gun, is in this. Sinbad, Gabriel Iglesias, Brent Musburger, of course, shows up. He shows up in the Cars doing color commentary on the races. John Ratzenberger has to show up, of course. And this goes on and on. Of course, then you have Jeff Bennett and Fred Tatasciore showing up because they're the voice gods. They got to show up in every Disney production. So yeah, it's like I said, it's not innovative story-wise by any means, but that I don't think was the point. Sell toys, sell a story to kids that can enjoy it in a. It looks fantastic, especially just the flying sequences, just moving through. If you put a TV up close enough to your face, I guess it might make you flight sick. I don't know. You might get air sick. It moves really nicely, just like the opening sequence of Cars 3 in the racetrack that looks so nice. Those two are many years apart. These flight sequences here look just incredible. So yeah, it's pretty great in that sense. Anyway, tomorrow is May the 4th, and you know what that means. We gotta have a Star Wars thing. Well, there's a bunch of Star Wars stuff coming out tomorrow, and stuff that keeps being added. And I just realized that they were adding. I had something else planned that is new, but I think I'm going to save that for another time. We'll watch it eventually. Season 2 Visions, Star Wars Visions, the anime style series that takes non-canon takes on all elements of the Star Wars galaxy, also premieres tomorrow. But of course, because it's Disney Plus, we're gonna get a short, and that short is gonna be from The Simpsons, starring Maggie Simpson in Rogue Almost One. Right? God, I already pooped out on this because the name is Rogue Almost One. No. Anyway, it's a parody with Rogue One, and Maggie apparently in Grogu's little pod. So yeah, that'll be a quick watch. It's probably 4 minutes long or whatever. So that's how we're gonna do it. If there's anything else I'll recommend to you, I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow, Visions, Young Jedi Adventures for kids, and Simpsons. Yeah, so that's what we're watching tomorrow. Maggie Simpson in Almost Rogue One. Almost. Yeah, dang it. I'm gonna. Come on, load. Why is this taking so long? Come on, Maggie Simpson, Rogue Rogue, not quite one. She's not quite one. Yeah, she's probably in her late 30s in this, if they actually aged them properly based on how long the Simpsons have been around. 34 seasons now, plus Tracy Ullman stuff. Yeah. Rogue, not quite one, on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.